What does it mean to truly live like Christ? This question lies at the heart of The Imitation of Christ, a profound and influential book written by Thomas A. Kempis. This timeless work, penned in the early 15th century, serves as a guide to Christian spirituality and devotion. Thomas A. Kempis, a German-Dutch canon regular of the late medieval period, wrote this masterpiece during a time of significant religious upheaval, the backdrop of which was the Devotio Moderna movement. This movement, whose Latin name translates to modern devotion, was characterized by its focus on inner spirituality and personal relationship with God, a theme that echoes throughout The Imitation of Christ. The work of Thomas A. Kempis is not merely a historical artifact, but a living testament to the enduring power of faith. It encourages readers to seek a deeper, more intimate relationship with Christ, fostering a spiritual connection that transcends the ages. This book guides us on the path to living a Christ-like life. What is the essence of Christian spirituality? That's the question we delve into as we explore the teachings of Thomas A. Kempis in The Imitation of Christ. The book reflects a type of spirituality that emphasizes humility, self-denial, and a love for God that surpasses all earthly desires. In essence, A. Kempis urges the faithful to seek not the pleasures of the world, but the joy and peace found in the divine. It's a spirituality that stresses the significance of the interior life, the life of the heart and soul. It's about developing an intimate relationship with God, characterized by a heartfelt love for Him and a deep desire to conform one's life to His will. This form of spirituality is not about detached contemplation, but about active imitation of Christ in our daily lives. It's about striving to live like Christ, to love like Christ, and to serve like Christ. This book provides a roadmap to a deeper understanding of Christian spirituality. What are the key themes in The Imitation of Christ? Let's delve a little deeper into the 4 books that make up this masterpiece. The first book, Helpful Counsels of the Spiritual Life, lays the foundation for the spiritual journey, emphasizing humility and the importance of internal reflection. The second book, Directives for the Interior Life, delves further into the heart's inner workings, promoting self-knowledge and detachment from worldly concerns. The third book, On Interior Consolation, offers comfort and encouragement, with a focus on the love and mercy of Christ. Lastly, the fourth book, On the Blessed Sacrament, is a profound meditation on the Eucharist, urging the faithful towards a deeper communion with Christ. Each book, with its unique theme, serves as a stepping stone to a deeper spiritual journey. So The Imitation of Christ is not just a book, it's a guide, a companion, a roadmap to a life of profound spiritual fulfillment. Each book serves as a stepping stone to a deeper spiritual journey. Why is imitating Christ fundamental to our spiritual life? This question begs for a thoughtful exploration, doesn't it? To understand the importance of imitating Christ, we must first recognize the inherent goodness and love that Christ embodies. His life and teachings are a blueprint for living a life of love, compassion, and humility. When we strive to imitate Christ, we are not merely copying His actions, rather we are internalizing His values and principles, allowing them to guide our behavior and decisions. This process transforms us from within, shaping our character in the image of Christ's own. Moreover, imitating Christ leads us to a deeper relationship with God. It helps us understand God's love for humanity and His desires for us. It brings us closer to the divine, fostering a connection that transcends the physical world. Indeed, imitating Christ is about more than following a set of rules. It's about embodying a way of life that leads us towards spiritual growth and fulfillment. Imitating Christ is the cornerstone of our spiritual growth. What practical advice does this book offer? It's a question that many ask about The Imitation of Christ. The heart of Thomas A. Kempis's teachings is the pursuit of a humble, Christ-like life. He encourages us to relinquish worldly desires, to seek solace in solitude, and to find joy in the simple act of service. He reminds us to be patient, for every hardship we face is a chance to grow stronger in our faith. He urges us to be kind, for in kindness we reflect God's love. He promotes the constant remembrance of God's presence, for it's in this remembrance that we find peace. Thomas A. Kempis also emphasizes the importance of self-discipline, advising us to master our thoughts and emotions. He guides us to lead a life of humility, to embrace suffering as a path to spiritual growth, and to cultivate an inner life rich in prayer and contemplation. These teachings provide a guide to navigating life's challenges with grace. How has The Imitation of Christ influenced the Church, one may ask? Well, since its first publication in the 15th century, The Imitation of Christ has been embraced by the Catholic Church with open arms. It has been a guiding light, shaping spiritual practices and inspiring devout followers on their spiritual journey. Its teachings have resonated with many, promoting a life of humility, obedience, and love. It is not an overstatement to say that this book has had a profound influence on the Church's spiritual landscape. It has been a beacon, guiding the faithful towards a deeper understanding and appreciation of the life and teachings of Christ. The echoes of its influence can be traced in the teachings of saints, the writings of theologians, and the practices of devout Christians. It has been, and continues to be, a vital part of the Catholic Church's spiritual heritage. The book's influence on the Church is immeasurable. How has The Imitation of Christ reached believers worldwide? Well, its profound influence can be attributed to the countless translations and its widespread dissemination. This timeless work has been translated into more languages than you could imagine, enabling believers from different cultures to connect with its teachings. From the towering spires of Europe to the bustling streets of Asia, from the expansive plains of Africa to the sprawling cities of the Americas, The Imitation of Christ has found its way into the hands and hearts of the faithful. Let's not forget the role of modern digital platforms in disseminating this work. Access to The Imitation of Christ is no longer limited to physical copies. Today, believers can delve into its wisdom through ebooks, audiobooks, and even online study groups. Truly, The Imitation of Christ has touched the lives of believers around the world. How is The Imitation of Christ used in Catholic devotion? This question brings us to the heart of the matter. The Imitation of Christ is more than a book. It's a spiritual companion. Its words inspire, comfort, and challenge. For countless faithful, it's been a constant presence in their spiritual journey, serving as a guide for prayer and reflection. The book's emphasis on inner transformation and personal relationship with Christ resonates deeply with Catholics, aligning with the core principles of Catholic devotion. It encourages the faithful to embody Christ's teachings in everyday life, fostering a more intimate connection with the divine. Whether used for individual contemplation or as part of group study, The Imitation of Christ enriches Catholic devotion, offering timeless wisdom that transcends centuries. It is not just revered for its spiritual insight, it's a roadmap to a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with Christ. In essence, The Imitation of Christ is not merely a book to be read, but a path to be walked, a life to be lived. This book holds a special place in the heart of Catholic devotion. What are some works influenced by The Imitation of Christ? Let's delve into this fascinating topic. The profound impact of The Imitation of Christ extends far beyond the realms of spirituality and religion, reaching into the heart of literature and philosophy. Great literary works like Leo Tolstoy's The Kingdom of God is Within You and John Bunyan's The Pilgrim's Progress have drawn inspiration from this seminal text. The philosophical musings of Blaise Pascal in his Pensées likewise echo the humility and introspection advocated in The Imitation of Christ. It's not only individual works, but entire literary movements have been shaped by its influence. The Devotio Moderna movement, for instance, which emphasized inner spirituality and personal devotion, is fundamentally rooted in the teachings of Thomas A. Kempis. This influence is a testament to the book's universal themes of self-reflection, devotion, and the pursuit of spiritual peace. The Imitation of Christ has left an indelible mark on the world of literature and philosophy. How is The Imitation of Christ relevant to our lives today, you may ask? In this fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's easy to overlook spiritual teachings, but the wisdom of Thomas A. Kempis, written centuries ago, remains surprisingly pertinent. The book's emphasis on inner peace and simplicity can be a refreshing antidote to today's stressful, consumer-driven culture. Its teachings about humility, patience, and acceptance can help us navigate personal and professional challenges with grace and resilience. Moreover, the call to imitate Christ's love and kindness is universal, transcending religious boundaries. It prompts us to treat others with compassion and understanding, fostering a sense of unity and mutual respect. The book also encourages introspection, a practice that can lead to self-improvement and personal growth. In essence, The Imitation of Christ provides timeless guidance for living a fulfilling, meaningful life regardless of our religious beliefs or lack thereof. In conclusion, The Imitation of Christ continues to inspire and guide us in our spiritual journey.